Okay, let us pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, we will continue our Dhamma discussion in Patthana. So, Patthana, what is the meaning of Patthana? It is having condition in many different ways, or having condition in various ways. That is why we call Patthana. So today we will be learning about Jhana Paccaya. So Jhana Paccaya, when you see the Pali, there it's not so much, Jhana Paccaya. Only one sentence we can see in the Pali. There they do not mention so much about this condition, because this condition works quite simple. It's quite simple, so no need extra explanation. That is why there is only one sentence if you check the Pali. So in the Pali we can understand, right? Jhana paccayoti Jhanangani jhana sampayutakanam dhammanam tang samuthananam cha rupanam jhana paccayena paccayo. So by now I think everybody should understand what is samuthanana rupa. What does samuthanana rupa refer to? What is samuthananam cha rupa? What is that? What does it mean? So if you study Patthana, there is only two kinds of rupa you can see. Katatta rupa and samuthana rupa, right? So what is samuthana rupa? Yeah? We have discussed this many times over and over, again and again. What is samuthana rupa? In Nepali we have one saying, Radbari karayo, dakshina harayo. We say in Nepal like that. So whenever, I hope now, please do not forget, Samuthana rupa is chittaja rupa. The rupa which arises with the chitta is samuthana rupa, right? Many paccaya we already have discussed. The first paccaya, what is the first paccaya? Hetu paccaya. Hetu paccayoti. Hetu sampayuktakanam dhammanam tang samuthananam cha rupanam. See? The first paccaya already we have learned about this. Samuthanana rupa always refers to chittaja rupa, okay? Katatta rupa, okay, in kamma paccaya, if you study kamma paccaya, there is katatta rupa, that is the word. So katatta rupa means kammaja rupa. Samuthana rupa means the rupa that arises taking mind as cause. So the chitta is the cause for this rupa. Thus we call them chittaja rupa. So here also jhanangani, jhana sampayuktakanam dhammanam. So this is the cause. And samuthanana rupa is the effect, cause and effect. So how I think today I will ask a lot of questions. Okay, so what is jhana? What is jhana? Yeah, according to sutta, it is correct. But according to Patthana, what is jhana? According to sutta, yes, jhana is absorption. The first jhana, the second jhana, the third jhana, the fourth jhana, the fifth jhana. Okay, according to sutta, we can understand jhana as those. But according to Patthana here, what is jhana? So according to Patthana, jhana means the ability to keep your mind onto the object. So that is jhana. The mind stays with one object. So when the mind stays with one object, there is jhana condition. Jhana pachayo is working. Okay? It can be any mind. Be it kama vachara, be it rupa vachara, be it arupa vachara, be it kusala, be it akusala. Can be any mind. If the mind is taking only one object, and if the mind is sticking onto the object, then there is this condition called jhana pachayo. Understand? Okay, jhanangani, jhana sampayuttakanang dhammanam. Okay, so what are jhananga? Jhanangani means jhana factors. Everybody knows, right? What are jhana factors? How many jhana factors there are? 5. What are those? Number 1, vitakka. Number 2, vichara. Number 3, piti. 3, 4, sukha. Ekagata. Okay, so these 5 we should understand as jhananga, jhana factors. Then sampayuttakanang dhammanam. Sampayuttakanang dhammanam means those mentalities and mind which arises together with these jhana factors are called sampayutta dhamma. Then samutthānānaṁ ca rūpānaṁ. The mind-born materiality, citta ca rūpa, which arises because of this mind and mental factors, they are all connected by only one condition, which is jhana pachayo. That is the meaning of this stanza, of this sentence. Okay? So now we should dive a little bit deep for you to understand it much more clearly. What does jhana pachayo here mean in Patthana? So in Patthana, we should not understand jhana pachayo as any attainment. No. According to Patthana, jhana pachayo is not any attainment. You see yogi entering into first jhana, second jhana, yeah, that is jhana. But according to Patthana, not only at that time there is jhana condition. Jhana condition can arise every time. Even right now also, your mind has this jhana condition. When you are listening to this Dhamma, you have this jhana condition. The jhana pachayo is working. Okay? So let us see. First we should understand jhana factors, then we can understand them more deeply. Okay. The first factor, vitakka. What is the characteristics of vitakka? What does vitakka do? Vitakka, the first jhana factor, what does it do? Focus on the object, right? Striking the object. Because of vitakka, what you do? You strike, your mind strike in the object. Like here, when you see me, you cannot see the flower. But only when I tell you about the flower, your mind strike. Then flower appear, the mind reaches to this object. You know, when you see me, your mind reaches here, striking here. When I say flower, your mind strike at the flower, like that. That is the nature of vitakka. So the mind striking on the object. When you have a lot of vitakka, what happens in meditation? You cannot stay with one object. The mind goes this object, the mind goes another object, many wandering thoughts. Why? Because mind is striking many objects. Because of that, we have many wandering thoughts. That is vitakka. In Myanmar, if you have a lot of wandering thoughts, they say vita myare. In Myanmar, they say vita myare. I have a lot of vitakka. When they report meditation interview, if they have wandering thought, they say, Bhante, I have a lot of vitakka. Why? If your vitakka is too strong, your mind is striking many objects. So that is the nature of vitakka. Now vichara. What does vichara do? Vichara has the characteristics of anchoring the mind into the object. For example, the first time mind hit one object will be vitakka. Then it is like rubbing the object. Your mind keep on staying on this object, rubbing it is like vichara. Right now, your mind, your vitakka is on my sound. So here, on the ear, you have vitakka on the ear. And you are understanding me constantly because of vichara here. Continuously your mind is rubbing on the ear. So because of that, vichara is arising. Then piti. Piti is joy. When you like the object, you have piti. You have joy in your mind. Then sukha. Sukha is happiness. If the object is desirable, you will be happy. You will have bodily happiness, you can have mental happiness. Two kinds of happiness. Sukha. Kayika sukha, cetasika sukha. Okay? Manasik sukha. Then the fifth one, ekagata. Ekagata means the quality of the mind not going here and there, just staying with one object. Other things cannot enter into the mind. That is the quality of one-pointedness, ekagata. So now when you are listening to my voice, you are paying attention to my voice, not letting other things enter your mind, only trying to understand what I am talking right now. So you have vitakka, you have vichara, you have piti, you have sometimes you might have sukha, sometimes you might have upekha. If I tell some story, maybe sukha. If I talk about abhidhamma, maybe upekha. But still have vedana, okay? Then ekagata, one-pointedness. You are focused only on me, my voice. So these are 5 factors of jhana. So when these factors are arising together, when these 5 factors are arising strongly, then they can act as jhana pachaya. Okay, for example, you want to do dana. You want to offer something to someone, maybe one Bhante. Oh, I want to do dana, I want to do dana. Okay, continuously you are thinking about that. Tomorrow I want to offer breakfast. What should I cook? What should I prepare? What should I cook? Okay, for example. Then that is vitakka, vichara. When you think, Bhante will be happy if they eat this, if they eat that, piti, sukha, ekagata, you will not have any other thoughts in your mind, only about offering, right? So these are called kama vachara jhana, okay? This jhana pachaya works in kama vachara realm. If you want to do kusala, dana, okay? So when these 5 factors are arising strongly, what happens? Your mind only focuses on dana. You only want to do offering. Then because of that reason, you will offer. Right? When you are offering also, you have good mind, happy mind. So jhana pachaya is working. It does not mean only meditation. can be in kusala. Also, you can understand it in akusala. If sometimes we can see people, they watch some movie, okay, maybe 3-hour movie, very long. But they can sit one sitting and they can watch this movie 3 hours, very peacefully, very comfortably. 3 hours finish already. Why? Jhana Pachayo is working. Vitaka in the movie. Vichara, Piti, Sukha and Ekagrata. So they can continuously watch this movie for 3 hours. If we tell them to meditate for 3 hours, they will run away. But if we tell them to watch movie for 3 hours, maybe even 2 movies they can finish. 6 hours they can sit. No need to change position, no need to go to toilet, no need to eat anything. Why? Janangani jhana sampayutakanang dhammanam tang samuttananancha rupana. Because these, when jhana pacha is working, the rupa, it will affect your rupa. So even 3 hours you watch the movie, your rupa is very peaceful. Although it is akusala mind, here is lobha mind, okay? But even in this lobha mind, there is vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha and ekagrata. So when these jhana factors become strong, your rupa will also affect in the rupa, which are arising together with these mind. This mind will make new rupa arise, chittaja rupa. They will affect your body also, and it will it will work accordingly. So if you listen jhana in sutta, you should always understand samma samadhi. That is first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. But here, that's why we call this Patthana, giving conditions in many different ways. So jhana pachayo is not only one condition. It can become condition in many different ways. Thus Patthana. Okay? Everybody understand jhana pachayo? So when you are meditating, okay, if you pay attention to the nimitta, okay, then the mind can pay attention to the nimitta, vitaka. The mind rubbing the nimitta, vichara. The mind very joyful when you see the nimitta, piti. You have happiness, sukha and ekagrata. On the patibhaga nimitta, maybe anapana, or maybe kashina, or maybe metta, anything. So when these 5 jhana factors arise, taking nimitta as object, then that we call samadhi. That is absorption. Jhana mind. Rupa vachara jhana, the first jhana. So it can work in nimitta also, or it can work in normal life, day-to-day life also. We can have this condition. But day-to-day life, we cannot say we have jhana attainment. It is not any attainment. It is just condition, cause and effect. Because of that, people, when they are attached with someone, because of this attachment, they always constantly think about something, right? If they want to buy a new house, they have attachment. And if they have jhana pachayo, what happens? They cannot forget about this house. So they will work hard, earn money just to get this house. There is only one thing in their mind, which is jhana. So that we should understand. Okay, as jhana pachayo. Can be kusala, can be akusala. In kusala, we can talk about attainments, okay. And normally dana, sila, vayavacha, those kind of things also we can consider. Then rupa vachara, arupa vachara, attainments also we can consider. So jhana pachayo is very wide. We can take normal mind also, jhana mind also. So this is the teachings of the Buddha in Patthana as jhana pachayo. Okay, now we move to next magga pachayo. Okay, magga pachayo. Okay, now I talk about jhana pachayo. Okay, now what is magga? What is magga pachayo? Yes, normally when we read before understanding, we think maybe this is Magga and Phala attainments, right? When you say jhana pachayo, maybe you think about jhana attainment. But now you should not think about like that. It is wrong understanding. Jhana pachayo means the ability of the mind to stay with one object, right? Also, now Magga pachayo. If I just say Magga pachayo, maybe you will think Magga phala, Nibbana, right? In Sutta, yes, according to Sutta way, correct. But according to Patthana way, not that simple. Magga pachayo is quite deep. So what does Magga mean? What is the meaning of Magga? What is the definition of Magga? Magga, what is the definition of Magga? Path, right? It's like a road, it's like a path. If you walk, if you go in this path, you will arrive to the destination. So, Magga pachayo, this also we can understand both ways. Okay, so this is the path. There are many paths, okay, in Magga pachayo. So if one road, if you take this road, you will be reborn into four woeful states. That is also Magga pachayo. Okay, the path you take to go to hell, the path you take to reborn as animal, the path you can take to reborn as Peta, the path you take to reborn as Asura. So the four bad destination, there is one path, Magga pachayo. Then another path. If you take this path, you will become human. If you take this path, you will become Deva. Then there is another path. If you take this path, you will become a Brahma. Another path. If you take this path, you will become a Rupa Brahma. Then another path. If you take this path, you will become free from birth, Nibbana. So all these paths we should consider as Magga pachayo. Not only one path. Many paths, many ways. Destinations, many destinations. So, in order to understand this, Maggangani, Magga Sampayuttakanang Dhammanang, Tang Samutthananan cha Rupanang, Magga Pachayena Pachayo. Only this is the explanation. Okay, Maggangani. Factors of path. What are path factors? What is Maggang? Okay, Jhananga, you know. Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukhe, Gata. Now Magganga, what are path factors? How many path factors are there? How many path factors? Okay, everybody open Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. 8 factors, right? In Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, how has the Buddha described? Ayameva ariyo attangiko maggo sayathidang samma ditti samma sankappo samma vaca samma kammanto samma ajivo samma vayamo samma sati samma samadhi. So these are path factors. But according to Sutta, there are only 8 path factors. According to Patthana, there are 12 path factors, not 8. So these 8 you already know. What are the 4 extra? There are 4 extra factors in Patthana, if you see the path. So other 4 are Miccha Ditti, Miccha Sankappo, Miccha Vayamo, Miccha samadhi. So these four are akusala, magga, the path which will take you to bad destination. That's why these also are path factor, magganga. Why? If you take this path, you will be reborn in bad destination. If you take Eightfold Noble Path, then in this Eightfold Path, there are two kinds of Eightfold Path. One is Noble Eightfold Path. Another path is, how to say, not Noble Eightfold Path, normal Eightfold Path and Noble Eightfold Path. Now, Lokuttara, Ariya Atthangika Magga, Lokiya Atthangika Magga. So, there are two kinds of Eightfold Path. And Akusala, you already know the four. Miccha Ditti, Miccha Sankappa, Miccha Vayama, Miccha Samadhi. So these we should understand. Okay, just by saying this much, maybe it's not so clear. Maybe we should go a little bit deep, one step deep, okay? So, let us see. We should, out of these 8 factors, we can remove the 3 factors. According to Patthana, what the commentary has said is the 3 factors of Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta and Samma Ajiva. Those factors we don't need to practice. Like, we don't need to practice in such a way like we have to develop them. Understand? We do not have to develop these factors. What does the commentary mean by we do not have to develop these factors? Okay, let us see. Samma Vacha. So what is Samma Vacha? What is Samma Vacha? Right speech. How can we have right speech? What are wrong speech? What are wrong speech? Musawada, Pisuna Vacha, Parusa Vacha, Sampapalapa Vacha. You understand, Pali? Okay, Musawada, telling lie. Pisuna Vacha, backbiting. Parusa Vacha, harsh speech. Strong words, using very bad words, harsh speech. And Sampapalapa Vacha, useless talking. Talking about politics, talking about this, talking about that, useless. So if you do not do these, automatically what you have? Samavacha. You do not have to develop Samavacha, right? They are abstinence. You do not have to develop. If you do not do these 4 things, automatically what you have? Samavacha, right? Even if you do not speak with anybody. Okay, now maybe some yogi very serious. From tomorrow I will not speak with anybody. So they will stop talking. Although they do not talk with anybody, they will still have Samma Vacha, right? Why? Because they do not do 4 kinds of bad talking. If you do not do these, you automatically have Samma Vacha. So you do not have to develop anything to do Samma Vacha. To have Samma Vacha, you do not have to sit for meditation, or you do not have to develop anything. That's why in Patthana, usually they say these are Pubba Bhaga Magga. No? They are the path which without developing we can get this path. We can get these factors without need of development. Just by not doing certain things, we can develop Samma Vacha. Just by not talking, we can develop Samma Vacha. Similarly, Samma Kammanta. If you do not kill, if you do not steal, if you do not do misconduct, finish. You already have Samma Kammanta. You just do not do something, you will have Samma Kammanta. You do not have to develop them. So, I just want to talk about the 5 factors remaining, okay? So Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva we can put aside for now. Because they do not need any development. They can They will be fulfilled on the time when you attain Sotapanna. Automatically they are fulfilled. When you become Sotapanna, your sila is pure for whole life. So that is automatic. But 5 things you need to develop every day. So that I want to discuss. So Samma Ditthi. Here Samma Ditthi is referring to Panya Cetasika. Okay? Is referring to Panya Cetasika, Samma Ditthi. It is the factor, path factor of wisdom. So how many kinds of wisdom there are? Many. Kamma Sakada Kamma Samma Ditthi. First, the knowledge of Kamma and Kamma result. So now we already have finished Kamma Pachaya. So we can say all the yogis here, we all have this Samma Ditthi. The right view concerning Kamma, because we know how Kamma work in detail. So that is the first Sammaditthi, Kamma Sakata Sammaditthi. Then there is the second, Jhana Sammaditthi. The moment when someone attains jhana, that jhana consciousness is always associated with wisdom. So that we call Jhana Sammaditthi, you know. When you enter into jhana, you don't have any defilements. So you have that view. When you have jhana, you can be reborn in Brahma realm. You have that view. So because of jhana, you have many sammaditthi. So we can say jhana sammaditthi. There are another sammaditthi, vipassana sammaditthi. When you practice vipassana, you will also start to have right view. When you see nama, when you see rupa, when you see them arising, perishing. So these kind of things we can say vipassana sammaditthi. So these all are referring to Panya Cetasika. Panya Cetasika. Okay. Now let us move to second factor. So these things, by not doing anything, you will never have this sammaditthi. In order for these to arise, you have to practice, right? You have to develop. Unlike sammavacha, just by not talking, you can develop sammavacha. But here, for sammaditthi, you cannot develop by not doing anything. For sammaditthi, you need to practice. You need to develop. That's why these are essential factors, important factors in the path. Now, Samma Sankappa. So Samma Sankappa is referring to Vitaka Cetasika. Okay? Samma Sankappa, right thought, no? Thinking correctly, thinking rightly. That is Vitaka. So if you are thinking about, I want to do dana, because of dana, I can be reborn in human or deva realm. So what will happen? You have Samma Ditthi, Samma Sankappa. This Sankappa is based on dana. You want to do dana. Okay, you want to practice sila. Because of sila, I will have good life, long life, happy life. You have that belief. So you have Samma Ditthi. And you want to practice sila. You are thinking about your sila. You have Samma Sankappa. Then Samma Vayama. Effort, right effort. So when you have the chance, when you see one mosquito biting you, you want to kill, but you will not kill. You will put effort. You will find the net. You will try to catch it, although it's difficult. You know, killing very easy, but no, you will put effort. You will get mosquito net. You will try to catch the mosquito, open your door, open your window, and release it outside. So that is effort, right effort, you know, not to break your sila. Then what happened? Samma Sati, okay. Samma Sati, you remember, you do not forget about I should not kill, I should not kill. You have mindfulness that you should not kill. So when you are catching the mosquito, you are very careful not to kill it, right? You are very slow, you do slowly, very carefully, you don't want to kill it. You don't want to hurt it. Samma Sati. Samma Samadhi. So when you are catching this mosquito and you are throwing it outside, you do not have other thoughts, any other thought in your mind. You have only this one thought. I want to take this mosquito outside safely without hurting this mosquito. So when these path factors are all fulfilled, it will give result to human life or Deva life. So this is Magga Pachaya. This is the connection. Okay? Tang samutthana cha rupanam. So when all these factors are present, it will take your body. So your bodily action will be like that. You want to protect, you don't want to kill the mosquito, so you catch it, you throw it outside. You're doing it because of the rupa, right? The rupa is doing it, but that rupa is being controlled by the nama. And the nama has path factors. Magganga. This is Magga Pachaya. Understand? Okay, when you are practicing meditation, okay, you see your breath 1 time, 2 times. You know, if I practice breathing, I can have concentration. I can practice up to Nibbana. You have this right view and you have right thought. In breath, out breath, right thought. You have Vitakka here. So you have 2 factors. Now, you have Sati. You will not forget your breathing. You have Viriya. If some akusala come in your mind, you will remove. You try to focus on your breath again and again. From morning till night, you have Viriya. Also, you have concentration. So, you have all, okay, 3 factors already. When you take Sila, already there are 3 factors. Now 5 factors you have to develop. Day by day, again and again, again and again. So when these 5 factors become strong, they become path. Either you can be reborn as human. If you attain jhana, you can be reborn as Brahma. If you go higher, Arupa jhana, you can be reborn as Arupa beings. Right? Okay, if you are practicing Kashina, what happened? Okay, you bring the Kashina here. Then slowly you expand up to this hall. You expand up to this monastery. You expand up to Nepal. Expand up to Vietnam. Expand up to America. Expand up to the Deva realm. Expand up to the whole universe. Wherever you pay attention, you will just see the Krishna. When you can expand up to there, okay, you pay attention in your front. Odatang, you can concentrate. When you can concentrate successfully, you have Samma Ditti, Samma Sankalpa, Samma Vacha, okay, those things you already have. Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi, Samma Vayama. Then you can enter into jhana. So this is Magga for attaining the jhana path. The path which will make you reborn in Brahma role. First jhana, second, third, fourth jhana. Up to fourth jhana you can practice in the same way, attaining the path to arrive at your destination, which is Rupa Vachara jhana. Then after that, okay, you feel, when I meditate, I have leg pain, I have back pain, I'm hungry, I want to sit but I have to go for dining, for eating, you know. If I drink too much water, I have to go to the toilet, my meditation disturbed, like that. So when that kind of thing happen, you don't want Rupa. All that thing happened because of Rupa. You have Rupa, so you have to go to the eat, you have to go to eat, you have to go to toilet, you have to wash your face, you have to take shower. If you do not have Rupa, very nice. The life is very nice. You can just meditate. No need Rupa. So when the yogi have this kind of thinking, he will think, oh, this nimitta, which he can enter into the fourth jhana. No, this nimitta is also based on Rupa. He don't want Rupa anymore. So, okay, I don't want this Rupa, I don't want this Rupa. He will remove the Kashina. Then when he removes this Kashina, what happens? Only the space is remaining. Okay, then he focus on this space. When he can focus on this space again and again, he will enter into new jhana, which is called arupa vachara, akasana nancha yatana jhana. He is only paying attention to boundless space. After removing this kashina, there is the space. Between you and me, there is the space. Similar to this space concept will appear, the nimitta will appear, then he will just pay attention to this space as akasa. Then he will enter into arupa jhana. Then after that he will pay attention to the mind itself, which is arising during the time of this arupa jhana. So the arupa jhana mind, he is paying attention to arupa jhana mind, he will go to the second arupa jhana, viññānañca ayatana jhana. So it's like two minds, no? One is object, one is subject. But only one mind is arising. But one is object, another one will be subject. Then he will pay attention to nothingness. Like when he is entering into the second arupa jhana, there is the absence of the first arupa jhana. So what is there? Nothing. Like, okay, if someone come to this Dhamma hall now, they will see full of people. He go to the toilet, then when he come back, maybe everybody, we all go back to our kuti. Then he come and he see it's empty. There is no one, right? Similar to that. From when he's entering into the second jhana, the first jhana mind is not there. So what is there? Like the empty room, there is nothing. So he will pay attention to this nothingness, which is the third arupa jhana. Then the fourth arupa jhana, he will also pay attention to the mind of the third arupa jhana as peaceful, because third arupa jhana is very peaceful. So this mind will take the third arupa jhana mind as peaceful. Etang santang, etang panitang. This is superior. This mind is very peaceful. This mind is very superior. When he can focus on that mind as peaceful and superior, he will enter the highest jhana, known as neva sanya, na sanya yatana, the eighth attainment. So this is the path to arupa vachara realm, arupa jhanas. So this is also magga. Magga for arupa brahma. This is the path. Magga pachaya. Okay, so these are in terms of kusala. Now akusala also. Samma ditti, miccha ditti. So if there is miccha ditti, what will happen? Everything will be wrong. Like miccha samadhi, there is wrong kinds of concentration. Why? Because of wrong view. Because of miccha ditti, you will have miccha sankappa, wrong thought. Because you believe wrongly. You have wrong view, you have wrong thought. When you have wrong thought, you will have wrong effort. Because of wrong view and wrong thought, you will put forth effort, but it will be wrong. Then you will have some concentration, which will also be wrong concentration. In ancient time, there was a king who had many queens, many wives. Then there was one ascetic. Every night he used to fly, come to the queen's room. Maybe the king busy with another queen. So this queen is alone. So this ascetic used to fly, come, engage in sensual misconduct. He engaged in sensual misconduct, then he fly and he go back again. So, see, if he had attained concentration based on sila, if he break his sila, how can he fly, right? But no, every night he come flying, enjoy with the queen. The queen cannot do anything because his power. Because of his power, the queen cannot do anything. He enjoy with the queen, then he go back. This happened few times. Then the queen, very disgusted, she complained to the king. King, every night one ascetic come to my room and he forcefully enjoy the pleasure and he go away. She complained to the king. Then the king also, now how to catch? We don't know anything to catch. Then the next night again he come. He enjoy with the queen. But this time the queen can scratch him. So when he is enjoying with the queen, she scratch in the back, with her nail, make wound. Then when she can scratch, then have blood, many wound. Then he fly back. Then next morning she report to the king. King, I scratched the ascetic. Now you can search him. The ascetic who have scratch, like nail scratch on his back, he is the culprit. Okay, the king tell his minister and the army to search. Then they search all ascetics in the country. Then they see one ascetic under the sun, standing in one leg, like this, doing his practice, doing his meditation, standing in one leg, watching the sun like this. Then this army of the king approach him slowly to catch him. Then when they are about to catch him, what happened? He saw them, he fly away. Now they cannot catch him. So see, even with wrong concentration, this ascetic have such power. So why? Because he have miccha ditthi. He believe wrongly. He have miccha sankappa, wrong thought. So when he see the queen, he want to enjoy, although he is ascetic. Wrong thought. Then based on wrong belief, wrong thought, he had wrong practice. And he have wrong concentration, wrong kind of concentration. Then what did the king do? Okay, I will ban all ascetics from my country. So all ascetics should leave the country now. So every ascetic, forcefully the king banned them. So his country should not have any ascetic. But there were many Pachika Buddhas also practicing in that country. So even Pachika Buddha now, because of one ascetic, Pachika Buddhas also have to suffer. At that time, who is our Bodhisattva? The Bodhisattva is in Devaran, the king of the Devas, Sakka. So the king of Deva, Bodhisattva, come down and he give advice to the king. O king, yes, I understand you ban all ascetic from your country, but there are many Pachika Buddhas worthy of respect. Because of one ascetic, all Pachika Buddhas are suffering, and you will have to suffer a lot. You will accumulate big akusala kamma. Because of your decision, many Pachika Buddha are suffering. So, because of your greed, you cannot relinquish one queen. Just one queen you cannot relinquish, but you relinquish all Pachika Buddha from your country. That is not proper. If you have to relinquish, you should relinquish your queen, not Pachika Buddhas. In this way, the Bodhisattva gave advice to the king. Then the king understood the Bodhisattva's message. So see, in this way, we can have wrong practice, wrong view. Another example of having wrong view is, Baka Brahma. So one day, Buddha was going on alms round. Then when he was going on alms round, he paid attention to this Baka Brahma. Baka Brahma is full of mana. Baka Brahma is full of wrong view. Baka Brahma is full of miccha ditthi, wrong view. Why? This Baka Brahma, he was born in the first jhana, Maha Brahma. Then when he was born, he had this view, like whatever he had, like sasad ditthi, we call eternity view. I am forever. I can never die. And I create this world. I am the creator. He believed in this way. He had this wrong view. Why? Because he appeared there first. Then all the other Brahmas who appeared there was later than him. Then what happened? Also some people who pass away from Brahma, reborn as human. Then when they practice meditation, they can attain jhana easily. Because from Brahma realm, they just come to human. So very easy for them to attain jhana. So when they attain jhana, they see their past life. They see as a Brahma. And they see paying respect to this Baka Brahma. So even in human realm, these ascetics started teaching, oh, there is one Brahma who is the creator of the world. And many people started having this wrong view. So the Buddhas think, okay, now it is time for me to control Baka Brahma's mind. Then the Buddha go to the Brahma realm. So when, it's mentioned in Pali, when Buddha go to Brahma realm, or when Brahmas come to the human realm, how fast they can travel. They can travel very fast. When one strong person just do like this from his hand, they already arrive. When they bend their arm, they already come back. Like that, very fast. You recite this every day in Mahasamaya Sutta. Right? You recite every day in Mahasamaya Sutta. When the four Brahma come to the Buddha, in introduction of Mahasamaya Sutta, they mention, right? Puriso bahang samanjaya va bahang pasareya eva meva suddhavasesu devesu antarahita bhagavato purato paturahesu. Right? In this way, when someone spread their hands, they can arrive. So the Buddha also appeared there very quickly. So tomorrow when you recite Mahasamaya Sutta, try to remember. You should recite with understanding. It is much more valuable. And when the Buddha arrived there, what did he say? Suagata bho Gotamo. Suagata bho Gotama. In this way, he say in Pali, welcome, welcome friend Gotama. Although the Buddha arrived, he think he is the creator. So he talked to Buddha as a friend, like a friend who come to our house. No, oh, have a seat, my friend, come. We also invite them, right? Similar to that, suagata. In Pali we say suagata. In Nepali, just join this word, swagat. See, very easy, Nepali and Pali. Pali is suagata. Nepali we say swagata. Same. Welcome. Welcome, my friend Gautama. Welcome. Then the Buddha also, no, he have mana. He think he is superior. And then he started talking about this, talking about that. Then Buddha just listened to him, listened to him. Some things he say about his powers he can do, but something is beyond his capacity. Then after listening for some time, the Buddha say, Baka Brahma, I know what you are capable of and I know what you are not capable of. I know what you can do and I know what you cannot do. The things you cannot do, please don't say that you can do. Then the Buddha said, then the Baka Brahma said, what do you think I cannot do? I can do everything. I am the creator. Then the Buddha said, you think you are at the top of the world, but you are wrong. There are Brahmas higher than you. You are only in the first jhana Brahma. There are Brahmas in second jhana. There are Brahmas in third jhana. There are Brahmas in fourth jhana. There are Brahmas in Arupa Brahmas, which you cannot see. You cannot know. But I know them all. I can see them all. You cannot know these Brahmas. Then another thing the Buddha says, you don't know your past life. You don't know where you come from. And you don't know because of what karma you are now a Brahma. You don't know. Before you knew, when you just appeared in the Brahma realm, you remember it. But now so long time passed away, you forgot already because of your mana, because of your conceit. You forgot already where you come from. So please Do not say me what you can do, what you cannot do. I know everything. Then what happened? This Baka Brahma, very foolish. Then, if like that, okay, let us show power. And then the Buddha said, okay. Then they agree to play hide and seek. Like when we are children, we play hide and seek, right? Someone count until 100, we have to run away, hide. Then after that, after 100, they come and they try to find us. Then when we are hiding, for them, without seeing us, we have to touch them on their back. So we win. If they can find everybody, they win, right? Similarly, the Buddha and Baka Brahma play hide and seek. So first chance, okay, Baka Brahma, you hide. So he hide. But Buddha, he don't even have to do any psychic power. He just have aditthana. May all beings see Baka Brahma. He just have this wish because he is the Buddha. So what happened? All the Brahma can see. Even he make his body very small. No one can see. Before no one could see. But because of Buddha's aditthana, everybody can see. Then the Baka Brahma hide his body and he shout, okay, find me. Then even other Brahma, we can see you. The Buddha don't need to find you. Even we can see you. Then he tried many times, but always failed. Then, now Buddha's turn. Buddha disappeared. No one can see. Baka Brahma went under the ocean, tried to find everywhere. He went in the sky, inside the mountain, many places he searched. He cannot find. But the Buddha, he disappeared his body and now he is giving Dhamma talk. So this Baka Brahma is finding Buddha. He can listen to the Buddha. He cannot see the Buddha. So the Buddha giving Dhamma talk. So at that time, I think around 10,000 world cycles, all Brahmas, many Devas, they could attain Maggaphala at the end of the Dhamma talk. This is how the Buddha had controlled Baka Brahma. So how did Baka Brahma have this wrong view? It's because he have Sasada Ditti. So we should understand here, wrong view, although have wrong view, so Miccha Ditti are of many kinds. So Sasada Ditti will not block you from attaining jhana. Okay, if you believe in some creator, it will not block you in any jhana. At least you believe in some karma, some result. So there are some ditti, if you have, it will block all your attainment, like Ucheda Ditti, Akiriya Ditti, which is the ditti of this Guna Kasapa. Guna Kasapa. You remember the story? King Ruja, the ascetic Guna Kasapa. So he had wrong view, right? Whatever you do, good or bad, no result. So those kind of views, you cannot attain anything. But some views, even though you have wrong view, you have some kind of concentration. So that's why we see in India, mostly in India, they believe in karma and karma result, but they also believe that Brahma is the creator. And they practice, they have some sort of concentration. Even in the Himalaya, deep mountain, they can practice meditation without any clothes. So cold, but these ascetics in India, they can practice peacefully. Minus 60, minus 50 degrees, but very peaceful because they have concentration. They have some psychic power which can make their body very warm. So this Baka Brahma in his past life, where did he come from? So long time ago, he was an ascetic. He was very rich ascetic. Not ascetic, rich. And then he think, oh, this sensual pleasure is not good. I should let go of sensual pleasure. So he renounced the world and he practiced meditation. So at that time, he don't have right view. He just practiced meditation. Now, maybe he believed there is one creator or this or that, right? So although he don't have, because at that time there is no Buddha in the world, so not easy to have right view of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everybody will think there is soul, there is atta. So, okay, he practiced meditation, he attained jhana. He was so good at his jhana, he even have many psychic power. Then he helped many people. One day in his village where he used to go Pindapata, there was people, bad people come in the night, thief. They come, they steal everything and they take away in the ox cart, in the cart. Then this ascetic he saw, oh, this is not good. Even they kidnapped the main person of the village, 2 or 3 persons, and they were bringing them along to kill. Then this ascetic thing is not good. So with his psychic power, he appeared as many army of the king, and he surrounded these robbers. Then when the robbers saw so many army surrounding them, they left everything and they ran away. When they ran away, this ascetic appeared. Then he said, okay, now you are safe. You return back to the village and you return back the things people have lost. Then another time there were people going in traveling in the desert. After many days, nothing to eat, nothing to drink, almost about to die. So what did he do? Because of his psychic power, he made big rain and there was a river flowing. So he even changed, because of the rain, he created a new river through the desert. So all these people could have water to drink. And he created with his psychic power, new river. Then that desert become forest slowly. So that was his psychic power. And even one of his life, he was even the teacher of our Bodhisattva. He taught our Bodhisattva how to attain jhana. So he had many kusala, like psychic power, jhana, kusala. After that, he was reborn in 4th jhana Brahma, Vehaphala. And long time in Vehaphala, as a Vehaphala Brahma. After that, he passed away. He was reborn in the 3rd jhana Brahma, Subhakinha. Then after Subhakinha, he was born as Abhasara. Then in Abhasara, he forgot about his past, those things, and he started developing these kind of wrong views. Then after Abhasara, he passed away and he was reborn as Mahabrahma. And his lifespan is one kappa. One small kappa, not big kappa, no? Not Mahakappa, small kappa. So this is the story of Baka Brahma and how our Buddha teach him. So this is also Maganga, but it is Maganga, but wrong Maganga. Samma Ditti, not Miccha Ditti, Miccha Sankappa, Miccha Vayama and Miccha Samadhi. So these 4 we should understand as Miccha Magga, wrong Magga. Also Magga Pachayo can function here. Then the other 8 usually we should understand as Samma Magga, right Magga. So whenever you see about Magga Pachayo, it is just connection of these Pachayo, of these Dhammas that are working. They can be either Kusala or Akusala. So jhana also, you should understand, can be Kusala, can be Akusala. Magga also can be many Magga, Lokiya Magga and Lokuttara Magga. 2 kinds of Magga, Lokiya, Lokuttara. Jhana, Kusala, Akusala. So in this way, we should understand Patthana. So I think everybody understood, and now many people sleepy already. So I think saying this much, we should finish our Jhana Pachayo and Magga Pachayo talk for today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.